Alright, let's get into this video ASAP because a lot has happened this month. So I first started by completing the Lion King Castle questline to unlock the Von Leon boss fight and to get the Noble Iphia's ring a bit later. Using the new puzzle minigame, I was able to get a significant amount of XP and level to 226. Arcana was unlocked and it was pretty smooth. I was off by 10 arc points deeper into the map, so I bought 2 Choo Choo Island orbs to level up the symbol. Once I completed and got the symbol, I was able to 5-star it with the level 225 gift. The Misty Island event is probably one of the more unique events to come to MapleStory. The whole scavenging for resource to build and survive was super unique. Did I fully enjoy it? I was never really a fan of this type of gameplay loop because it gives me major anxiety. But I do appreciate it because it was a breath of fresh air. Also, my heart goes out to the players who had major lag on this event. After completion of chapter 3, you get a flammable totem, which I believe is currently best in slot. They give you 1 flame upon completion and the rest doing quests on challenge mode. Challenge mode is kinda hard and you need a bit of skill points assigned to make it easier. There are 3 missions which give the Mitra flame boxes, which are last to day 25, eat a masterpiece steak after eating 25 steaks, and defeat Goblin King 15 times in challenge mode. I completed the first 2 missions, but no way am I doing the Goblin King one. It takes around an hour to do 1 run, and if you die, it feels very bad. I don't need the extra flames, it'll be fine. While opening node stones, I was able to get the other half of my trio of boost nodes. Some training later, I leveled up to 229, got my inner ability legendary, and got the daily login burninator. Just around the corner was DMT. I saved up a lot of mesos for this event and was completely ready to put on my clown makeup. But surprisingly, it went well. It's basically the same. Ooh, legendary. So good. So good. Get lucky. Oh, there we go. There we go, baby. There we go. Amazing. Alright. Double miracle time. Come on, baby. Nope, but a unique is pretty good. Pretty good. No double. Let's pick this one. Oh my gosh, there we go. Yo, that's really good. How much stat is that? That's 21, that's 27. It's 27 primary stat. That's really good. Let's go crazy. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Okay, unique, not bad. AC plus 12%. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oof, but that's even better. That's even better. All stat plus 9. Oh, that's 15% all stat. That's pretty good. That's pretty good right now. And there we go. That's the legendary. That's a legendary. Overall, this was my first DMT in Reboot, and it went really well. I spent 1,940,000,000 on both the black cubes and red cubes. I likely spent a lot more because of the cost of potential, but I think it was a good investment. With the power up from DMT, I unlocked and beat hard Moriran Maru, beat normal Papalatus, beat normal Cygnus, took down Chaos Akum, Chaos Pink Bean, and Hard Hilla. I was actually pleasantly surprised by this result because my Legion was mostly for leveling and not for bossing. But I knew that this wouldn't cut it for harder bosses like CRA and above, so I decided to start working on both my Legion and Link skills. My first character on this marathon was Zero, which I appropriately named Gravio Shack as an homage to one of my favorite shows, Gravity Falls. Both the Legion effect and Link skills of Zero are amazing. When the Link skill is at level 5, it reduces 15% of damage taken and ignores enemy defense by 10%, so it's pretty good. The Legion gives an experience buff starting from 4% to 12% depending on their level. Overall, a great character to create, with a unique story and mission progression. Zero have acts that they go through to progress the story, and by completing acts 2 to 4, the Link skill will level up, and act 8 will max it. The only problem I have with it is that some of the act's main missions are level restricted, so you might have to go through the dungeons a couple more times to get to the appropriate level to continue the story. For me, it breaks the flow of the story if you're pretty invested in it. I just think it gets annoying as I can't go to mission to mission. One way I solve this is extreme growth potions. By gaining these free levels, I basically never get stopped by any level requirements and allows me to skip side missions and repeat of dungeons. The main quests give enough XP to smoothly level you up with the help of some potions. With all the acts done, it was leveled to 201. I move on to creating Evan. With Evan's Link skill that increases rune duration, leveling will go a lot smoother. I used the burninator I got from the daily login and off I go. Really no complaints here as it went really smooth. I really wish they gave more Burninators a month though. Now here comes the rapid fire character creation. I made a Demon Avenger for the extra damage link skill and boss damage from the Legion effect. Pretty solid after 3rd job when you get Lunar Slash. Flat maps are the way to go. The next class was Kana, which also has a damage link skill and boss damage Legion effect. Easy to play class and has a lot of mobbing capabilities. Sadly the Kishin was nerfed, but still a really quick class to level. Beast Tamer was next for the boss damage and critical rate link skill and ignore enemy defense Legion effect. I only use Tiger Stance though. Moving on is Lara, which gives me a damage increase and increased damage buff against normal monsters. Lara was interesting because she doesn't play like any other class. She uses the dragon veins located on the ground. When activated, depending on which vein it was, it has a different effect. One explodes and sets lava on the ground, another summons a water spirit that punches anything near it, and one makes a tornado in the specific area damaging units. The class gets more complex the higher the job advancement. Next was Hayato, which gave a set amount of all stat and attack and magic attack as the link skill and critical damage for the Legion effect. Really cool class with high damage straight off the bat, very fun to level. A FYI, both Kana and Hayato need to do the required quest in the beginning to get 2nd job, and once that's done, you don't have to do any more required quests to get the remaining job advancements, except for 5th. Xenon was next and it gave a % all stat increase for link skill. Fun to play, the playstyle will change depending on the different modes of certain attack skills. Luminous gives a % ignore enemy defense link skill, so it was a must for bossing. Be careful which route you pick because you can't change it once your character is made. It gives a buff to the corresponding skill affinity. I chose light because it seemed like the one I would use more often. When starting, they would drop you off in a place in Elnia. You won't be able to use an attack skill without a secondary weapon, so once you spawn, go to the very top right of the map and go through the portal. In the house, you will get the secondary weapon after talking. Cool class with its light and dark theme and equilibrium skills and phase. Once you hit 4th job though, smooth sailing with the mobbing. Lastly was Demon Slayer that gave boss damage increased link skill. With all the other link skills I got, my Demon Slayer had an easy time grinding. Again, 4th job made mobbing much easier. I would advise you to buy more Monster Park tickets on Sunday because they give a 100% XP coupon for every box. That can range from 15 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour. I would highly recommend using these to train up your Legion, especially from level 10 to 100, where you can't easily get XP buffs. You can get these tickets from either reward points or mesos from the cash shop. Overall, I was burnt out after all the time spent working on these characters, but I did it. Yay. So, here's my overall opinions. By doing it in the order I did, I was able to buff each upcoming character's damage and stats, making it easier and easier for the next. I also abused the Zakum trick so I can get some free levels really quick for characters over level 100. From my research, it takes about 11 tries to get to level 133 from 100, as Zakum doesn't give a level's worth amount around 131 to 133. I may be off by a little, but this includes using the full ruin duration on mobs after taking down the arms. Also, as you level your equipment, remember to use the transfer hammer to move your stars. It only works for equipment 10 levels higher, except in the case of equipment under level 119. Any weapon under 119 can move their stars to another equip 20 levels higher, so I'd urge you to 10 star your level 110 equips and hold them until you get level 130 equips, and then transfer them there. You save some mesos by not transferring them to 120 and then to 130. With my army being completed, I focused back on my Nightwalker, and made the Noble Iphia's ring after fusing 10 Von Leon boss accessories. After hitting level 232, I was able to start Morass. The questline looked pretty cool, but I skipped through a lot of it because it was pretty late at night when I did it. But the clips I did not skip over were the Jean and Tara parts. I thought those moments were pretty sweet. Also, why Jean's such a Chad though? My only complaint is, who puts damage reflect on a story boss? Like, come on. I can barely see through the damage numbers and my attacks. Out of nowhere, I got the Dominate pendant from normal Arcarium. I have never gotten this even with years of playing GMS and a ton of item drop, so I got extremely lucky. A new event within Ignition called Hyper Time was introduced, and after staying on for 15 minutes, you are awarded a free item. One of these were the Extreme Growth Potion. I'd do this every day and give the potions to Mercedes. Sometimes I got lucky, sometimes I didn't, but free levels are always welcome. Soon after that, I started my Commercy runs. I might be just a little late starting. The monocle and tattoo accessories are really good equipment and should be gotten ASAP. In the case of the Sweetwater pendant, I will be able to transpose my Dominate pendant a bit later. The runs I usually take is 1 Rosa and 7 Luna, with a gain of 34 dineros a day, so it would take 8 days to get either one of the face or eye accessories, and 12 days for the pendant. Also, the Sweetwater weapon drops are so much more common than GMS. Look at how many claws I have. So don't worry if you make a dual blade, I think there's a high percentage of a Sweetwater Katara dropping. The Esfera questline was next. The place is straight up beautiful, and it's really calming here. I had no trouble with the quests, but the lack of arcane force did make it harder to kill the mobs. Also, that one stage fight where I went full out, oh my gosh, I have never lagged out like that before. The next attempt, I had to chill out a bit more. The struggles of being a Nightwalker, you love to hear the lines but not feel them. The last quest was one that I was dreading. From Lachlan, I knew we might have to verse a story version of Will. The Lucid one was extremely tanky, and I know for a fact Will is really strong. Mix those two together and I was gonna have a bad day. But either way, it had to be done, so I got some courage and went in, and holy moly, he is squishy. This fight took me less than 4 minutes. He did hit hard, but he was insanely squishy. Now that I look back, it might have been that I got immense gain for my double miracle time, and my legion that I smoothly won this fight. But yeah, a huge weight off my chest, and thus the questline was completed. And I got my symbol and got it to level 5. Every week I would do the Dark World Tree and Haven weekly quests to get their respective stones and cores, or when I can take down normal Lotus and normal Damien to get Absolab gear. Also remember to do MapleStory because it gives a lot of mesos each week. I claimed the Glory Guard ring Justicar from the Ignition event because it just looks the coolest in my opinion. Since I got the Dominator pendant, I decided to use the Karma Starforce 17-star enhancement from the Ignition coin shop on it. From there, I got a little buyer happy and got the Dominator pendant to Legendary from Black Cubes. I used a lot. With red cubes, I was able to hit 30% primary stat. I decided I was prepared enough to verse the 3 doors of CRA. With a whole bunch of stats, the 3 doors were not that hard and the bosses were taken down. Vellum was still a bit tricky and I could not beat him. I still hate Pierre though, like I think he's still the worst. So I tried to do Ursus, one DC from Ursus and another one I couldn't even get in until after it was defeated. But I hear 2 times mesos is 1 hour after reset and 6 hours before it. With an S rank at double meso time, I get 32 million mesos. I purchased the Sweetwater tattoo because I still had leftover black cubes and didn't want them to go to waste. I did not get it to legendary, but because of the gambler fallacy, it had to work on the next one, right? So I bought more and eventually got it to legendary, where I got super blessed from Nexon itself and red cubed it to 33% luck stat. I will not get this luck again, I feel it. Still having some black cubes, I opened the CRA hat and got it to legendary. And that was it. It was an extremely busy month of mapling for me, but I got massive gains and a huge step forward for this character and account. With a couple more months, I really think I will be able to take on hard Damien if I get a bit lucky every so often. Thanks again for watching this video and coming on this journey with me. I'll try to get more content out at a reasonable pace, so hopefully you look forward to it. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.